if at some point in your life, you have to work with people where you feel a bit insecure. Like I would ignore what's happening in the short term. Like there is so much opportunity ahead over the next 10 years or 20 years. Getting into an elite institution doesn't guarantee success. It matters a lot, but it doesn't guarantee success. Partly, how did I do it? I didn't tell people for a while. Just had a small team and, worked on it. And people working anywhere in the world, born anywhere in the world, can create a product and make it available to anyone in the world. The most used messaging app in Southeast Asia was built by a young man born in Ukraine who moved to the US. And the 3 most popular viral games in the US in recent years came from entrepreneurs in Finland, Ireland, and Vietnam. You're the ones building the next Google, the next Spotify, the next Tesla, the next, well, we don't even know, but what I know is it's the idea that matters. It didn't matter where you come from or what your background is. One revolutionary idea, one brilliant invention can unleash other entrepreneurs to revolutionize industries in ways you could never predict.
My question is, how much power you have as a CEO of Google? Can you change the Google Doodle to IIT KGP building for a day?
I'm going to send a message to the team. Before you get too excited, the good news is Google is set up in a way, I think even if I send that email, they wouldn't do it, and here's the reason why. I think we have, we build an organization with strong ideals and values on when we show doodles, for what occasions, and it's less about what I want to happen as much as, we have a set of rules to go by. At the time Eric was our CEO, Eric Schmidt, and, I remember him being angry once and say, because he realized we were trying to build a browser, and he was like, do you know what it takes to build a browser? It takes because he had gone through the browser battles. He definitely didn't, was hesitant for us to do it. Partly, how did I do it? I didn't tell people for a while. Just had a small team and, worked on it. And only when we had something to show, we had a chance to show the product, and that got people excited. And so, but it is, it's a good lesson. I think if you have a set of committed people, passionate people, you can achieve, even I couldn't have foreseen what it would eventually become, but, shows the power of a small group of committed people. You will have many opportunities to reinvent yourself. And so, so I think, it's worthwhile taking risks and trying to do something you're really, excited by. And if the first attempt you don't do it, you can try again, and, things tend to work out in the long run. You will make the world better in your own way, even if you don't know exactly how. The important thing is to be open-minded so that you can find what you love. For me, it was technology. The more access my family had to technology, the better our lives got. So when I graduated, I knew I wanted to do something to bring technology to as many others as possible. The only thing that got me from there to here, other than luck, was a deep passion for technology and an open mind. So take the time to find the thing that excites you more than anything else in the world. Not the thing your parents want you to do, or the thing that all your friends are doing, or that society expects of you. Look, it's remarkable to be at IIT. There are many great people who don't make it in, and you'll see this later in life. People do well from all walks of life. I think it's important to remember, getting into an elite institution doesn't guarantee success. It matters a lot, but it doesn't guarantee success. And I think it's important to keep that perspective in life. And life is a long road, and so you want to take it at the right pace and enjoy what you're doing. If at some point in your life, you have to work with people where you feel a bit insecure, right? That's essential, because that means you're working with people who are better than you and who are pushing you, right? And so I always encourage, if you actually feel very secure in what you do, that means you're doing something comfortable and you're not pushing yourself. And so there are many times I've felt working with people in a group, am I doing enough? These people seem much better than me, and I think that's an inherent part of learning. I came from South, I came from Chennai. I had learned Hindi in school, but I never spoke it much. Just listening to how people were speaking, I just thought you address people this way. So one day there was someone in the mess, and I had to call him. I called him Abe Saleh. That's how, in my first couple of weeks, I thought you call people that way. It was quite, next thing I know, the folks in the mess were quite upset, and I think they temporarily closed down the mess.
Oh, wow.
So I wasn't very popular for that day. So
you were responsible for the mess shutting down at IIT?
Just for a moment, yeah, just for a moment.
No, it's good. Look, I think it's important to remember you're going to have setbacks. It doesn't go exactly the way sometimes it does, but that's rare. For most people, it kind of meanders, and it takes longer than you think it is. And as I said earlier to young entrepreneurs, there's no better time to be a young entrepreneur. Like, I would ignore what's happening in the short term. Like, there is so much opportunity ahead over the next 10 years or 20 years. I think to creators, there's no better time to be a creator.
What is it that drives innovation at Google?
I think we've always had an ambitious approach to it. We call it internally as 10x or moonshots. We try to work on things which, the criteria we think is we want to work on things which people will use every day. Mm-hmm. It will apply to billions of people, and it solves a real problem for them. So that's the bar. So anything we try to do, we think of it that way. And so we aim high. We try to use deep computer science to anything we approach so that we can have a differentiated approach to solving it. And you want to aim high enough that you fail, a few times. I think that's the natural part of the process. In fact, Larry used to say, if you work on really difficult things, you're better off because you have no competition. Others aren't working on that difficult a problem. And even if you fail, you end up doing something great in the process. And so I think that's the philosophy which has guided us all through these years.